Hey fishy people, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about one of the events I went to last year. So last year I went to 2 events. I've done a video on one. I haven't done a video on the other one fully yet. So let me know in the comments if you guys can guess which one you think I'm going to do a video on today. Without further ado, let's get right into this video for the day. Alright, if you guessed the Keystone Clash, you are correct because it's the only one I went to last year that I didn't talk about yet. So the Keystone Clash is a really cool club run event by 2 clubs down in Pennsylvania. The Aquarium Club of Lancaster County and the Cichlid Club of York, both local to the state of Pennsylvania. Both awesome people. Everybody that we talked to, me and the other fishy people that were there from the YouTube sphere, they were all welcoming and inviting and super cool to talk to. So the event was wonderful for that reason, but then they also had this awesome fish show going on. They had some great vendors, lots of killifish, plecos, a really cool setup of koi angelfish, and then they also had a lot of, African cichlids that were there as well. They had some t-shirt people, they had plant people, the whole middle part was a bunch of plants. It was a great time. And this year, it's going to be even better. And we're going to talk about the event and go through it a little bit here for y'all. So the cool thing, before we get into the video, I'm going to do a little background. Cool thing about Keystone Clash is it's a collaborative effort between these 2 clubs. So it's both these clubs put it on, and they're sister clubs, and it's their main fundraiser for the year. So if you've never been part of any local club before, now I was part of an archery club. We had a dinner once a year in the spring. That's how we raised funds for our club and how we funded all club events for that year. This is what the Keystone Clash is. So these 2 clubs, Cichlid Club of York and Aquarium Club of Lancaster County, put this event on in the fall, and any money raised from it goes to paying the operating costs of the club for that year coming up. So this whole point of this is a fundraiser, but it also is to bring hobbyists, local to the Pennsylvania, New Englandish area in, and just to hang out and geek out about fish for a weekend. And they have every kind of fish you can think of in the fish show. They go through all the different classes of fish and species. We'll run through all that stuff as well. I just wanted to give you a little background that it is the primary focus of this event is a fundraising event for both of these clubs to help with their operating costs for the year. All right, now let's get into all the footage and stuff and talk a little bit more about the event. So last year, for the fish show aspect of the event, they had 35 different fish classes, so different species of classes that you could, enter your fish in. So they had angelfish, discus, South American, Central American cichlids, hybrid, all haps, all peacocks, mbunas, tanganikans, otherworld cichlids, New World killifish, 4 different kinds of killifish. I will put the names on the screen, but let's see, other cichlids, male guppies, swordtails, domestic and wild. They had all their live bears, corridors, related species, suckermouth catfish, loaches, catfish, bottom dwellers, rainbows, male bettas, blendas, gouramis, other anabantoids. They had tetras, they had barbs, minnows, danias, rasboras. They had goldfish with head growth and goldfish without head growth. Other freshwater fish, so things like bichers that they had there. Freshwater inverts, so snails, shrimp, things like that. And then any other aquatic animals you could think of. They also had a aquatic plant class, an arts and craft that were aquatic related, and a photography related thing as well. So each of those people, there's a class. And then they also have the award sponsors. So they had the best cares for species, the best in show, reserve show, people's choice. So everybody got to vote on their favorite fish, best cichlid, best killifish, and reserve killie. Now this year is going to be even bigger, and they're actually going to have 49 different classes of fish and other fish related things that you can enter into. And of course, I will link all this down in the description for anyone that has questions about that. You can also ask me in the comments if you would like to. So like all the tanks and things you see here are set up by members of these clubs or volunteers that help put all this together. Then they have this really cool fish room water table kind of thing. It's got all your dechlorinators, your chemical testing, all that good jazz, so that you can make sure your tank water is what you want it to be for your specific fish that you have. I loved the expanded chart here for the different colors. So you can see everything on one sheet instead of having to have different things for everything. I thought that was kind of cool, since I'd never seen those before. So I'm just going to start us off looking at some of these cool angelfish here. So these are angelfish that people, bred to bring to this event or had bred and brought with them. All these tanks have air stones and everything going to them, so the fish have a little circulation. But overall, the fish were just kind of cool. I enjoyed looking at them. I've never kept angelfish, but it was super cool just to see all the different, different kinds and stuff. And they had the mollies and the swordtails and all that stuff as well. But this was primarily all the angelfish here. And then the whole back of the fish room area here is pretty much just all your live bearers. Now, I had known about swordtails, but I had not known there were so many different kinds of swordtails. And killifish. Killifish was a new one for me. I'd heard the name, but never really thought to own them or even look into them. And they're a super cool egg layer fish. I got 2 different pairs from a local vendor at the Clash who bred a bunch of different kinds. And they're already breeding for me within 6 months of me getting them, and I haven't even tried to actually go in and breed them properly. They've just started spawning over some mosses and stuff that's in the tank. And of course, you got your various guppies and stuff as well. Again, all things that people have bred to bring to this show and have a chance at getting an award. And it was just a bunch of fish nerds, like I said, getting together, bringing their fish that they've raised, and just showing them off and hoping to get something. There was also, of course, fish for auction that people either bred or donated. They had a tank in the back of the fish room that you could see, some of the auctionable fish. And that's what this is right here. And of course, you all know I'm a stickler for some cool betas, and they did have beta fish at this event as well. They'll be coming up here momentarily. But of course, this is primarily, a cichlid and killifish event for the most part. So they also had a lot of those as well. And we're just going to run through all the footage here. I'll let you guys bask in the glory that is these fish. And while we're running through these fish here, I'm going to talk a little bit about this year's Clash, which is coming up in September. Whoop, whoop. Again, it's run by local hobbyists. This isn't a big for-profit cooperation kind of thing. This is 2 local clubs in Pennsylvania coming together to put this event on for not only themselves, but other people in the area that can't make it to the bigger shows out west or down south. So if you're in the Pennsylvania area, it's about a 4.5-5 hour drive for me to get to the Clash. Please go. It's a fun time. There's going to be a lot of us down there again this year. Last year we had like 20 FishTube YouTube people. I'm thinking we're going to at least double that, if not triple it this year. So if you're in the area, definitely make it down there. They have a Facebook page. They have a website. I'll put all the links in the description for those for y'all to check out. But this year, Keystone Clash will be held at the Morgantown, Pennsylvania Holiday Inn Convention Center from the 23rd to 25th of September. Now, if it's anything like this past year, Friday night, they're going to have like some kind of presentation or kind of speaker thing. And while we're talking about that, let's look at packages. So they have a couple different packages here. You've got your Friday package, which you get a goodie bag, you get the entry for Friday, and you get to see Friday's speaker. So if you're in the area, you just want to stop in, check it out. There you go. That one's $35. The speaker package gets you a goodie bag, entry on Friday, Saturday, and for the speakers. And then there's a full weekend package, which is $100. You get the goodie bag. You get Friday. You get Saturday, Sunday. You get an auction bidder card. You get to go to the award ceremony. You get access to a really cool hospitality suite, which has free beverages, free chips, snacks, all possible by donators. As long as you get the $100 package, you can go in there. As long as it's open, get yourself some snackage, some drinkage, and you're all set to go. You also get a really cool Keystone Clash t-shirt like the one I was wearing in the beginning of this video. And then, of course, if you want to do like a mixed match of things, you can do the Friday package and then say, I kind of want to come in for the auction. And you can get an add-on of a $5 bidder card, or you can get an extra t-shirt if you just want to come in Friday and get a shirt. T-shirt's $15. At that point, though, I would say just spring for the full package, and then you can experience the whole event. They also teamed up with the hotel to give us all a group rate for the weekend. So the hotel's not that expensive. There's also a cool restaurant in the event area. So if you don't want to go out to eat, you can eat right there. And And of course, the packages again range from $35 up to $100. And it's just a cool event. If you can make it, please go support these clubs and this event. It is a fun time overall. Now, if you want to get a little more involved, you can also become a vendor, get a vendor table, sell some stuff, or you can be a crazy person like me and become a sponsor. So they have various things you can sponsor. They have medal level sponsorships, which are just a cash donation or cash and product donation, anywhere from $250 upwards of $1,000. You can sponsor speakers. You can sponsor an award, one of the big awards. So the best care, the best killie, the best cichlid, you can sponsor one of those. You can be a hospitality suite sponsor, or you can be a fish class sponsor. Fish class sponsors, $40. You're basically paying for a little thingy that goes with the class. You get a little blurb on their social medias to shout you out. So if you have a favorite kind of fish you like, you got $40. You want to help support this event, there you go. You can donate $40 and get your name next to a fish class and be like, hey, I got to sponsor the gouramis this year at the Keystone Clash. And same with everything else. If you sponsor anything, you get a shout out on their website and social media and all that good jazz. So you don't have to, but if you want to and give back to a really fun event, I would definitely say if you have a little extra cash laying around and you want to donate something, there you go. You can donate that way and help support them, as well as go to the event if you're going to be in the area. Like I said, it's about a 5-hour drive for me. I know people came last year from further away. We got people coming from further away than me this year. It's just going to be a super fun event. And I think if you can make it, you should definitely go, because you will have a fun time looking at all these kinds of fish. Like, they had these really cool fish. Again, I'm still newer to the hobby, so I don't know a lot about cichlids. I know about your angelfish and some basic cichlids, but all the different African cichlids they have there, it was just gorgeous. They had a starfire cichlid. I'll see if I can get the footage right here for you. It's a beautiful, like, light blue marbled fish. Oh, it was to die for to look at. I just spent, probably 10 minutes just staring at this same fish because it was just so freaking beautiful. Now, there were also that whole back row of just swordtails. I was like, oh my goodness. I knew swordtails were beautiful, but I didn't know there were that many different kinds of swordtails. Same with mollies. All the live bearers they had there, it was just mind-blowing to see all these different fish that were all hobby raised. There was nothing, commercially bred there. This is all local hobbyists coming together to show off their fish that they worked so hard on. And again, I can't speak highly enough about the job that both these clubs and all their other helpers did for just putting on a great show for the weekend. And it's going to be even bigger this time. So they upgraded to a bigger area for this coming year, which means they can get more vendors in there. They can do a lot more things and just make it a better event overall. Even though last year was amazing. So I only went to Aquashella and this last year. Yeah, Aquashella was fun, and the experience was great, and I got to see some of the bigger people, but it was just more of like a community knit close thing at the Clash. Like, you could strike up a conversation with anybody. I stood there with two of the cichlid guys and the guy who made the giant water lettuce that you saw in this video, and we just kind of, me, Susie Q, and Lisa just kind of stood there and had a good time listening to this guy talk about how much work that he had put into this cichlid. And it was just so cool to hear that it was years and years worth of training this fish and breeding him and getting him just perfect to show at these kinds of events. And I think he did end up winning one of the awards last year. So all of his hard work did pay off. And the auction, oh my god, you guys. The auction was super cool. I didn't get to get any footage of the auction because I had to leave early. And I had some, things happen to me, but the auction was fun. I stayed for a little bit of it. I'd never actually been part of a live auction, only online auctions on like eBay and stuff. But if you have a little extra cash and you go to this event, definitely try and stick around for the auction. You can get some really cool fish or plants or even books. They had some cool books. I would have loved to get some of those, but couldn't, didn't have any money. So again, if you're in the Pennsylvania area or within driving distance of Morgantown, PA in September this year, please, if you can, go to the Clash, hang out with all of us, enjoy being with a bunch of fellow hobbyists that just have a passion for fish. That's all this is a passion for fish, coming together, helping raise money for the Cichlid Club of York and the Lancaster Aquarium Club, and just helping them fund their clubs for the year. It's just, again, an overall fun time. And again, I'll put the links to the website and the Facebook. All that good jazz will be in the description of this video. I hope you guys were able to take something out of this video. And if you can't go to the event, but you still want to support the event, maybe think about sponsoring a class or something. Like I said, I went crazy and sponsored a bunch of classes myself just because I really like what these guys do, and I just want to give back as much as I can to them. So that's why I'm doing it. Anyway, as always, thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'll answer them as best I can, or direct you to people that can, or get you your answer. And as always, if you enjoyed the content, please remember to hit that sub button, leave it a like, leave me a comment down below if you're going to the Clash. We want to hear from you. Let you know if you are going. As always, hope you guys had a great weekend. I will see you in the next one.